bridge collapsed. The mountain road washed out. All the signs are obscured by fog. Your only directions are detours. Eventually it dawns on you. Sometimes you need to get lost to discover where you're supposed to be. Welcome to Merlin's Barn.
Hello and welcome to Merlin's Barn, broadcasting to you, as always, from Fort Blanket, south of the Yukon. And tonight you have myself, Merlin.
T.
And Matt.
Studio audience.
And Nicole, the studio audience of one. Wave, Nicole. Nicole has just waved. All right, tonight we're going to start you off with a new feature, local news, because we just had some exciting news that we were discussing over dinner and realized that
You should hear it too.
it's special. So the exciting news posted up on our local Littlestown page by the company that has only been on the page for maybe 24 hours, yet however has gathered an insane amount of points. The exciting news comes from Laundry Express LLC. Laundry Express is proud to announce that our second location is anticipating opening in September. Anticipating. That's going to come back into us in a moment. We are incredibly thankful to Fike and Falloon and these families and those families and some builder for the beautiful building. As with any big project, there have been delays and ups and downs, but those are now behind us. We can't wait to open our doors, meet everyone, and start serving the community very soon. Stay tuned for updates. Laundry Express, Littlestown, coming soon.
I know we don't usually insert dates into when we record the episodes, but it is September. So they have a deadline to their anticipated goal.
So I went and looked them up because I'm like, well, there was a couple who owned the laundromat, and they weren't Laundry Express, and I can't find any other location for Laundry Express. However, they do have a sort of rundown Stanley Kubrick lit looking laundromat in their background picture. Maybe not rundown. It's just what's that?
Laundry Noir.
Yeah, Laundry Noir. And so to explain a little bit why they're excited about their opening is they're opening because there was a laundromat there. What happened to that laundromat, you might ask?
Well,
I do ask.
It being our special town, it was run over by a tractor trailer.
totally smushed.
Yes. How did that happen? We don't know.
There's no highway in your town. There's no road in your town with greater than a 25 mile per hour speed limit.
Yeah, it's a narrow road, 25 mile per hour speed limit, north to south, east to west. It is known that the police will take you, will catch you in this town.
Sometimes all the police will catch you because there's nothing else happening.
Yeah, like my friend once who drove over to look at the YMCA and a police officer just showed up with blinking lights and admitted that he was just bored and wanted to see what my friend was doing.
That's weird.
We've been pulled over
Even for
leaving here by
this.
2 of the police officers.
You've been pulled over by 2 of the police officers? What'd you guys get pulled over for?
Was it?
My headlight was out.
Yeah. But it took 2 of them to tell us this because there's nothing happening here.
Were they in separate vehicles or were they in the same vehicle? I think they were together.
Yeah, I think they're actually together. I think they had just parked in a
And
patrol
they
car at the Royal
just-
Farms or something. So
They just wanted us to know that the front headlight was out.
That's better than the side headlight.
right, it
Those
was not
concern
even
me.
a warning order or a repair order. It was just, we want you to know.
So,
Kind.
yeah, so I just, one morning I was driving south through town, as I do when I...
Oh, we drove in separate that day.
Yeah, we drove in separate because I had to message you because I came up and all of the road was just blocked off and I could see this big rig outside. And I texted Tasia that the road is blocked going south through town where we need to drive to get to work. And I got to work and I'm looking on the town Facebook page and there is a big rig on its side in the laundromat, which was made out of an old gas station, and it was just sort of collapsing around it. We never got an explanation really of what happened. I mean, we're very happy that it didn't take out the house next to the laundromat or the child care behind the laundromat.
An empty laundromat is better than either of those.
Yeah. And then we...
But who will speak for the machines?
Yeah, who speaks for the machines? They might have been a welcome death. They might have been old. And then the family put up, I mean, we that was our only laundromat because the other one closed and became a roofing office for some reason.
And within that time frame is also when our washing machine died, isn't it?
No, that was a few months later.
Okay.
But the problem being,
Well, still,
they
we didn't
started
have a
putting up,
laundromat.
they started putting up that the new building, and it looked like a pole barn. And if anybody in our listening audience has ever had a pole barn put up by a competent company or a group of Amish or maybe 5 toddlers with a hammer,
It's like a
They're very
weekend
efficient.
project. Like,
yeah, it goes up in 12 hours, and if it's huge, maybe a weekend. So we have been watching slowly, they bulldozed and removed the remains of the old laundromat. And
The
then
Coke machine stayed for a while. I think that was the last holdout.
it was like the monolith in 2001.
Yes.
It's a bunch of squirrels out there beating bongos in front of it. Bong, bong, bong. Reading bad beatnik poetry. That's why they took it away, actually.
I'm glad to know that now.
And then they slowly started building what looked like a pole barn.
the problem was they weren't able to get rid of the Coke machine because that's private property, a la the Stanley Kubrick film.
Maybe that was the holdup. So they, I don't know if we're like a year or more later. Maybe it's 2 years. I've lost track. I'll have to look it up at some point.
Give me a
But
second.
slowly, this pole barn is now complete, and they've been slowly adding wiring to it. And I'm just like, well, someday we'll actually have a laundromat again. And so apparently, we're just really, really excited about this epic spiffiness. That this no-name company that we've never heard of is now opening their second location where our prior laundromat was. And it's a nice little pole barn. It's got little gooseneck lamps on the front and stuff like that, and a couple windows so you can make sure nobody's being murdered inside when you drive by. Very happy for those.
Mixing
What's
Reds with
that?
The whites.
When did the old one die?
Just about a year ago. It was September 13th, 2024.
There was literally no reason for that building to take a year. I mean, if it was being held up, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's our first bit of excitement.
Looking at the pictures again, it looks like a helpless caterpillar on its side just slammed into the building.
Yeah, once again, never an
As in the
explanation.
critter, by the way, caterpillar.
Yeah, no, not the tractor. So we will when we
It wasn't like Swift driver, was it?
no, it's actually a blank truck. I noticed something on our way back from we had an epic adventure to
power line,
Ohio Saturday that Matt and I were involved in with other friends, and we'll probably talk about that one at some other time. But the Swift truck reminds me of the one truck where we pull into this rest stop, and there's a big rig. It's red. It's got white lettering on the side of the trailer with an arrow pointing towards the tractor. And it says, "This is our most valuable resource." And I'm like, okay, they really think a lot of their truckers. And then I realized that Swift trucks, if any of you know anything about Swift trucks, they should have something similar on the side of their trucks. A big arrow pointing towards the tractor that just says, "I'm with stupid." And if you don't know about that, look up Swift trucks and all the amazing places they crash into, get lost, drive over, et cetera, et cetera.
It's mind-boggling. It really is, and actually it predates memes. I remember 20 years ago just seeing like poor Swift truck driving then.
Is Swift to truck driving what Spirit Airlines is to air travel?
It seems like it.
Okay.
In fact, I think Spirit Airlines is slightly more competent than Swift, which is frightening. Truly frightening. All right. So that was round one. Round two. Tonight, we're going to introduce you to a new, fun and exciting game, Rolling with the Stands, Rolling for the Stands. To explain a little bit about what the stands are, Matt, do you want to give like a little bit of overview of what we're doing?
So there's 7 countries on this planet that, in English, the nation's name ends in stan, which is, I forget which language that it's derived from, that basically just means nation of or people of. That's all stan actually is.
Okay.
And they are Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan.
You will be quizzed on this.
And I have been to all of them. That's what Merlin was like, I want to hear stories about these.
Yeah, because I'll look up something ridiculous online, and then it's like, oh yeah, I was there, and I'm just like, oh gee, what was the city in? Was that in Georgia? The one that had the city that was run by that everybody was transported around by a outdated, crumbling Russian gondola system.
Yes, that was in Georgia, and then in Tbilisi, there's a restored version of one of those type of gondolas. And so, yeah, Merlin found this article about these old Soviet gondolas, and I was like, oh yeah, those, and here's pictures of me on one.
Yeah, and these things are like rust holes where you're looking through the floor, buildings like falling down around them, and
I wrote a nice restored one.
Yeah,
pretty blue paint.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that would even probably make me nervous. But I mean, like the ones that I found,
It's
like
such a calming color.
it's not calming when like part of your platform you're stepping off onto is missing. So you can go
Color
right.
theory says different.
I've got
This is when
specific
Merlin says color
commentary
theory,
for
you
that
said it.
color theory.
Yeah, I'll fight back.
I didn't write on it because it wasn't operating, but I did actually see one of those and took photos in Dushanbe in Tajikistan.
Oh, geez,
Of one of
really?
those.
Can you say why you end up being shipped to the stands, or are we just going to say?
Oh no, I can say so.
Okay.
Yeah, so Afghanistan, I worked there as a DoD contractor way back 2012 to 2014. So I was supporting the U.S. military doing air conditioning primarily. And then later, all the rest I've been to as a Department of State contractor maintaining U.S. embassies.
And finding wonderful things like we discussed in the Philippines of like that room that they didn't know they exist and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the old buildings are quite interesting, yes.
No. So Tasha is going to do our rolling for us.
I have 2 D10s because we have 7 stands and under 9 stories for each of them.
So what is a D10 for our uninitiated audience?
Half a D20.
That was what we define as not helpful at all.
So D is for die, which is a singular
Yes.
of dice. It's not a dice. Please don't say a dice. That's annoying.
Did I say that?
No, you did not. Other people.
Okay.
I'm telling other people not to. That
Okay.
I can't hear because they're
So I
over there.
can't roll a dice?
No, you can roll a die.
I made
But
my
I'm rolling
twitch.
dice. I'm
That's-
rolling dice
that's
today.
Right. You
Okay.
roll dice.
Yes.
And a 10 is a 10-sided one. You normally think of a D6, a 6-sided one.
Okay.
But there's 2 versions of the 10-sided. There's the ones that we're going to be using just because they're easier to read, where it's 0 through 9. The other one is meant to be like hundreds.
Oh.
Let's do this.
Or like, it can be either multiples of 10s or hundreds. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like 20, 10, like 10 through 100 on that one. Yeah.
Because what's the highest number? Is it 20-sided? The highest they have, or is there
Oh,
normally?
there's more.
I mean, in conventionally, most commonly.
I mean, how do you want to play this? Because commonly you see a D6 or your regular 6-sided die.
We'll say like in a Dungeons and Dragons
D&D,
game or
it's
something.
D20 would be the biggest we typically use. Though there's reasons to use bigger ones sometimes.
They start to look like golf balls.
They do. I don't like that. But I have seen...
That's too many
Do you want-
sides.
Golf balls for geeks.
You're not wrong.
And if you have an astigmatism, you're trying to figure out which one's actually the top as you're looking at it.
Oh, it gets bad.
We love geeks.
The D100s,
That's what I'm thinking of. That really looks like
Yeah.
a golf ball, right? That's the
Yeah.
one. And like, if you have an astigmatism, you're looking at it like, is that the top or is that the top number? Like, I'm lost.
That's
You
still me
roll a
looking at half of
dice to
them.
determine which is the top.
No, you flip a coin at that point, which we also have coins in D&D for that purpose.
All right.
I did not
So
know that.
part
That
of the
was fascinating
audience
to me.
has committed ritual sabuku.
Oh, I'll show you the
point?
coin later. It's
The
cool.
other half's quite
It's got a
enjoying it, so
mushroom
it's
on it.
fine.
That's
Sorry and goodbye to those that we've lost, but to the rest of you, we're having a grand time.
I am.
we'll have a whole
but I have-
episode on dice coming up. Die coming up. Dice.
It's dice, because it's
Gosh
more than
darn
one.
it. Okay.
It's okay.
I have a green die for the stands, and then I have a purple die for the stories. So the first one I read will always be the green one to tell us where we're going, and then the second one, the purple one, is for what story we'll be reading.
Okay. So
And I have lots of stories. We're going to go till we get tired tonight, or you all run away.
we're going to go until we hear a listener fall off of their treadmill. First one of you can't take it anymore. Fall off your treadmill. We'll ignore the logic of the fact that we're recording this and playing it months from now. You need to know, as you're listening to this, that will psychically
Someone will fall.
tie in to you falling off your treadmill because you're fed up. Got it?
Let us know how many of you have treadmills.
Yes,
This sounds like
listener
we're beginning to
engagement.
threat.
Send us a note. We're coming to your homes. We're trying your treadmills. There will be treadmill tests.
That's another story. I didn't write that one down.
What?
There's a treadmill involved?
It was exercise bike. It was a rowing machine. Yeah.
I'm just wondering how many of our listeners listen while on a treadmill. I'm genuinely curious.
We just figured there's got to be at least a couple of them. I'm just hoping some of them are healthy. I think everybody's healthy. You're all healthy. In our hearts, you're all healthy. I'll shut up now.
All
I'll
right.
make Boss Sherry listen. She does one of those like work treadmills, and I can tell her to listen while she's on the treadmill.
Okay.
So she shouldn't fall. Because I love Boss Sherry.
Matt, are you ready?
I am ready.
Tasha? Go for
We
it.
ready?
Yes.
Click clack. Roll the click clacks.
That's a good sound.
It is a good sound. 7, 9.
Okay, we don't have a 9 for 7. 7 is Turkmenistan.
All right. Let me.
If you flip it over, it's a 6.
7, 1.
Turkmenistan, the North Korea of Central Asia.
Oh Lord.
Is that the one that's got the huge Olympic venue that they never used?
That's yes.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Akaltekis.
The Akalteki horses, yes. So, real briefly, because you've not heard of Turkmenistan, because even though they're a hugely repressive regime with a abhorrent human rights record, one of the lowest human rights indexes on the planet, you've not heard of them because they threaten no other country and are like totally neutral. They don't have any nuclear weapons pointed at South Korea, so you don't know about them at all.
I
But
think I heard
otherwise,
about
they're
them.
like a terrible, horrible country.
I think I heard about them on that dark tourism show, Tasha, that you found.
Oh, probably.
Because the guy went to tour the unused Olympic venue.
Oh, yeah.
So I went there in October or so of 2023, and upon arrival, I had to do a COVID test. Everybody on arrival had to do a COVID test. And what's funny is actually I was just talking to a coworker who was just there last year and also had to do a COVID test still. But it's not really a COVID test. You pay money for the test. They take the swab. They put it kind of near your nose, and then
Kind
they
of
throw
near?
it. Yeah, like it like touched your nose and then like touched your nostril. And then the lady took and like put it into like a little baggie and then wrote your name down, and then you went on like down to like the next counter and like, but you paid like $25 for that. But it was a COVID test in quote marks.
So basically, it's just a way of like scamming more money off of people coming into the country.
It's best we could tell. That's all it was.
Oh my
But
god!
it's like, really? A COVID test? It's 2023? And then like my coworkers there was like, yeah, last year also.
Oh my
It's like, they're
god!
still doing it.
Well, hey, it's working. They're getting $25 a person, and did you have to pay in cash?
Yes. US dollars.
There you go. That's the way.
Oh, they must love that.
Good way of getting some fresh U.S. dollars to keep their economy going.
Yeah, which we might get to the exchange rate later.
Ready?
All right. Another one.
Go for it.
3, 2.
Oh, this is a good story.
Hey, I don't
Oh
like
my.
I don't like the bad
What
stories.
country is that?
This is Kyrgyzstan. This was in Bishkek. Bishkek was the capital of Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan's, so most of these are former Soviet republics also.
What is Kyrgyzstan like next to? Do we remember?
Every other one of these stands.
Oh, they're just
They're in a
all like
cluster.
yeah.
Right. I mean, some of them, like, Turkmenistan, we can say that borders like Iran.
Okay,
Kazakhstan, they border Russia, but
I just tried to.
Tajikistan actually borders like, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan both border Afghanistan. But I think if I check the map, I think Kyrgyzstan's pretty well landlocked by the other ones. It might border Mongolia, China, that way.
Do
It's
you
just
want a map?
over there. My phone's out. Otherwise, I would have looked it up. I just remember trying to teach my children where Macedonia was last year.
Oh, well, that's a challenge too, 'cause that's the Balkans. That's another, like,
Yeah.
The Balkan states.
well, I mean, side quest here. The term, the Balkanization of something, is because of how much the Balkan countries have like fractured with civil wars.
Yeah. We have balkanized this. It's lots of tiny pieces now.
Yeah, it's actually a word.
We have to use
Is
that whenever
the
we like drop
opposite
something.
of galvanizing then?
Now, galvanizing is like putting a protective sheet over something, I think. Is that how you describe it?
I would say. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's the opposite, but it would definitely be in the opposite
Antithesis?
direction. It would definitely be going away from galvanizing. Oh yeah, because galvanizing, like a movement or a crowd. So it would be kind of the
bringing-
opposite of that. So
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually.
Because you're bringing it together and keeping it together.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
yeah. So being a former Soviet republic, you go to places like the train station. There is this incredible, still hammer and sickle Soviet mosaic tile work in the ceiling of the train station.
Ooh.
And I went in and I pulled my camera phone out and I communicated the best I could with the police officer that was there. Hey, can I take pictures of this? And this is where things get a little weird in the former Soviet republics because some still hold on to the you cannot take photos of anything. That's infrastructure, state property sort of thing.
Oh,
And others don't care. And officially the government doesn't care, but some still hold on to some of the old ways. So he was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." So I'm taking photos, and then I'm like, hey, "Can I go out to the platform, take photos of the trains?" "Oh yeah, go ahead." I go out there and I'm doing that, taking some photos of the trains outside. Another guard comes along and is telling me no. That guard and the first guard or officer, they started arguing with each other.
oh no.
And at that point, Jimmy and I decided our best bet was to leave before the second guy won the argument.
Oh no! Oh dear.
We're like, well, he said yes, yeah, but I'm saying no. How about we just go ahead and we're just going to go now?
Bye.
Yeah, that's one of those situations. Well, they're occupied. We're just going to sort of sidestep out of the room.
Thanks, guys. Yoink.
Thank you.
Yes, that was that one. Because I say it's not on this list because it's Mongolia. It doesn't end in Stan. But I
Yeah.
went there and I went to take some photos on a train platform. And I'm getting waves and they're blowing the horns and just smiles and waves from the train drivers as I'm like on the platform videoing and everything.
Versus, you shall not take photos of this.
Yeah, so be very, countries that are almost adjacent to each other, both can be like, both be former like Soviet countries and then just be very different reception to those sort of things.
They're all just still feeling their way. What's it like to not be Soviet?
Still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And there may be more photo train stories coming in other ones.
Oh boy.
Watch out for the spider.
I don't see a spider in here firstly. Also, those landed like on angles, so that roll did not do anything for
There was
me.
a spider in there earlier. He was quite upset.
8. Do we have a 6 under 8? Oh wait, we don't have an 8.
No!
We have 7 countries.
Yeah, and I even said that. I'm a dummy.
I'm trying to figure out where the
Here,
one was.
re-roll.
I don't have a 6 under 3. Goodness. 2, 3. There we go.
Oh, Pakistan taking down the radio tower.
Okay.
So we had we still have a consulate in Peshawar, which is up near the border, vaguely near the border with Afghanistan.
Okay.
To give you a not that anybody knows where anything is in Pakistan to begin with, but in Pakistan, near the border with Afghanistan, is the city of Peshawar, and the embassy had several houses that were leased, long-term leases for residences for members of the diplomatic mission. And we had radio repeaters on some of them for communicating. If cell phone networks went down, we'd have backup handheld like radios to use. Well, the house being turned back over to the landlord. We don't have anybody staying in that house anymore. It's on compound housing, and you need to take all the equipment down. So I go out there with a person who's a radio specialist, who is trained to do this, has been through tower climbing training, and this tower is a radio tower. It's mounted on the roof of a 2-story house, and it's there's flat concrete roofs.
Okay.
So you're just standing there. It's comfortable. It's nowhere near the edge, and this equipment is maybe 12 feet off the roof to the top of it, so it's not terribly high.
Okay, yeah. I was picturing one of these like
It's not
gigantic.
woozy.
No, it's not too bad. Come to find out, my coworker was scared of heights.
The one
But
who's
when it
had
was,
the training?
Yes, he's actually had the training, whereas I've not had the training because that wasn't actually my job. I'm just helping out.
Oh, no.
He is scared of heights, and I'm like, so he is up there trying to undo this thing, and he is harnessed up, he's clipped in and everything, and he is standing, and he's holding on to the tower with one hand. But he has a harness he could sit in and kind of lean back and use two hands, but he's holding on with one hand and using a wrench to try and undo these bolts. And at this point, his feet are about my eye level. Because this thing's only like 12 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
He's a big, tall, like 6 foot tall guy.
Yeah.
So he's climbed up, and he's standing there undoing the bolts. And I'm like, finally I climbed up the other side of the tower opposite him, like free. I was like, Dominic, you want a hand? He was like, yeah, but put on a harness. Which actually worked out good because I wound up actually, that's what I did, is I put on a harness, I clipped in, and I was able to sit back and like work. And this stupid thing was stuck to the tower because like had slid down a little bit and
Oh,
jammed.
no.
And it has like these muffler bolt looking things, like U-bolts.
Yeah.
And you take it loose and it's just like, but then it like bound up against it. It's like, so, all right. So, rearrange and I clip in a little higher. That's what, we set up a rope that I clipped in higher up and lower down so I could get some movement to push off, swing, and kick at this stupid box to get it loose to the tower.
Oh, my gosh.
Meanwhile, like 2 houses over is like, I think it's like a UN or something property, and there's a guard like on a tower just like staring at us as I'm up in the air. It's just
The
like,
entertainment of the day.
I'm up in here just like kickboxing this stupid box off this tower.
The UN's calling, just going, do you know what this guy's doing up there? Is he supposed to be up there kickboxing the tower?
Like, and finally
Vaguely
bust the thing
entertained.
loose. And then, and he's got it belayed off on another rope. We've already hooked up to it with a pulley a little higher up. So finally kick it loose and then able to lower it down to the roof. And then, like, we carry it over and then lower it down to the ground, put it in the van and drive it back and get rid of it. But it's just...
Did the tower end up staying up there, so you just took this thing off of it?
Right, we just had to remove the equipment. And
Oh,
then the landlord could do what he wanted with the tower, sell it to a local tower company or something. So
Towers are us. What was that, Pakistan?
that was in Pakistan.
Towers of Pakistan.
Actually, my last trip to Pakistan, I took down another tower. Well, I watched someone take down that tower because that one we hired a tower crew, riggers that came in, and they just scrolled up the thing and unbolted everything and took it down and lowered it down. And then we was like, okay, cool, thanks. We took that stuff, put it in the truck.
It's like, woo!
So, do you know why this particular person was elected or chose? Was he elected, chose? What was the decision
We
making
like to
here?
elect our tower dismantlers.
So climbing a radio tower is a small part of the radio guy's job. Most of his stuff's like on the ground at a computer or at like a gear rack with the radio transmitters in it.
But he's got to know at some point he's got to climb that tower.
Right, so I'm not sure what that thought process was on his part because he chose this like career path. And
I like radios. I don't like towers.
But I'll work with the radio towers.
And then maybe he was counting on most times we have a contractor that actually is when it actually goes up, like the tower.
Yeah, I'm not climbing a tower. I'll play with the radios. But I think the closest I've had to come to climbing a tower working on radios was in high school. They found out that I could work because, of course, every 17-year-old knows how to repair tube radios. And for those who don't know, tube radios are the old radios that were bigger and boxier and had nice wooden cabinets and stuff like that back in the 40s and 30s and stuff. And we had this massive building at Lawrence Academy that had a carillon system in it. And for those who don't know, a carillon is like a bell system that'll ring on the hour with different programmed things. And they found out I could fix things with tubes, and then I had a tube tester, so I went into there's this little closet off the side of the cafeteria, and it's got this massive old device from when the building was built, with a bunch of tubes in it, of course, of which somebody had smashed some of them. So I'm looking at that, and then I climb up a ladder through a little hatch above this room, and there is just this wooden ladder just going across space and time. This huge, vast, unfinished area, and you can just see light coming down from the cupola where the speakers are way above it. And I was just sitting there, I was like, well, I know some of the tubes are broken, so currently I have no reason to climb up there and check anything. And I never did. I absolutely never. In fact, I never fixed it because I found out that one of the teachers had smashed had gone in there and smashed on the tubes because he really, really hated the Carowan system. And when he found out I was working on fixing it, he explained that he was just going to smash it again.
Oh.
Yeah, I was upset. I was upset. I was sad, but I didn't have to climb the giant ladder across space and time.
Would you feel like a modern day friar with his bell system?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, it never worked.
No, but just like as a concept.
I wasn't a monk either. I did have a cell I lived in. It was like it was a boarding school. I had a room to myself with no heat. I had pneumonia for 2 months. That was wonderful. That's the closest. That's the closest I can get.
So he wasn't a monkey.
Yeah. So. All right. Back to the stands. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, shut up.
Okay.
I am not a friar. I am not a crook.
7-7.
7-7. Oh, yes. Turkmenistan again. The really weird, creepy, closed country.
Revisiting Turkmenistan. Everybody, get ready for your COVID tests and make sure you have your $25 handy.
So, we briefly touched on the Olympic Village there, and then we'll talk about that more. So this is about the hotel. So this country doesn't want people coming to visit it. They make it very hard to go there as a tourist. Yet they've built infrastructure like they want tourists. Their airport looks like a giant falcon. It has like 120 gates. They use like 2 of them all the way at one corner.
Yeah, I think this
Isn't
was.
this a thing with a lot of the former Soviet republics? Like, they had built up so much to look like a functional society, basically.
Yeah.
What was it?
Or
Well, this
cosplay one.
And this is a dictator
if you
doing it.
will.
So, but yeah.
Who was the Romanian dictator? Was it Cusco or something like that? Who just the parliament is just
One of the biggest buildings in the world.
for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. But this hotel, the best I can tell, this giant egg-shaped hotel that's like 14 stories tall or 16 stories tall. The best I can tell, my coworker and I, yes, like a Fabergé egg sort of thing going on. The best I can tell, my
eggs.
coworker and I were
Like
the
the top of
only
the
people
Kremlin?
staying in it.
Oh my God! Are you the top the Are you thinking of the onion domes in Russia?
Yeah.
That's onion, not egg.
That's onion. I'm thinking like egg, like chicken egg. Like it's a little like.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we're gonna have to look these things up.
Yeah, but that was the closest, like, visual building thing I could think
Yeah,
of.
yeah. So you're the only 2 people there.
I think we might have been the only people that were actually like staying at the hotel. We would go to the hotel restaurant, and yeah, there was Drew and myself eating in it. Where there was the staff way outnumbered the people actually eating in the restaurant. There might have been 1 or 2 other. I think there might have been 2 other people in the restaurant.
Wow.
Meanwhile, there's like a server, there's a busser, there's a hostess, there's I don't know how many people in the kitchen. There's a live band.
Holy crow!
And there's like 4 of us.
How was the
Just
food?
Dining. It was
Beat to it.
it was okay. It wasn't anything like spectacular. It wasn't bad. It was
Okay.
But it was like, this is so weird. What is going on here?
So
Cosplaying as a non-post-Soviet republic.
Yeah. I think that's really it.
We have a-
Cosplaying as a real country.
we have a consulate there.
We have an embassy there.
Is that as punishment to everybody in it?
It's a very weird place. I've talked to a lot of people who've actually worked there too. There's more bizarreness than that. That there's a lot of bizarreness there. Did I include that one? Exchange rate. Yeah, we might get to some more bizarreness about it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more good stories out of that one. That's
Sweet.
one that keeps on giving. Oh, I did not mention this one. Actually, that story will come up possibly. Yeah, if we get a 7/8, that'll come up. That's a good story too. Hope for that one.
Folks, keep your $25 in hand for our next visit to Turkmenistan, the country that doesn't want you.
We could always do a part 2 if we need to.
Yeah, well, yeah. By the way, there are full plans for that.
4-2.
Ooh.
This feels like bingo. I feel like I'm calling bingo.
I just like his reactions. Woo, that's a good one.
Yeah, this was in Tajikistan. So this was Dushanbe. Dushanbe doesn't have a lot going for it. It's one of the poorer of the former Soviet stands.
Okay.
But they have a building called the Spice Market. That was actually really neat. It's this. I don't know how long it's been there. It's this historic building that is 3 floors of traders. You walk in, and the first level is bags of spices, nuts, dried fruits, huge. There's tables as big around as the room we're in. And there'll be a vendor, and they'll be going around their table, and then there's the hallway, and there's another table that's as big as this room, another 8-10 foot across table,
Oh my God.
covered in like. I mean, I bought a kilogram bag of pistachios there that I just munched on for like the entire rest of the trip. And then you can go upstairs or escalators to like the next level, and the next level, and those all look down like the courtyard of the middle part that has all that, and the rest is. There's places you can get suits made. There's places you can buy belts. You can get. There's a bunch of different clothing, and there's like toy shops, and it's like a mall. The rest of it.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Now these little booths that are like the size of the barn office here, or like the size of like a single car garage. Mm-hmm. And then you walk out, and there's the balcony, and you look down at the spice market. It was a traditional market, and it's still going on.
That's very cool.
And that was a really neat building. Actually, my coworker, so it's funny. He bought one of those like fancy high dollar like travel belts.
Yeah.
Before he started traveling, and then it like broke. So we're there in Dushanbe, and he needed a belt. So he buys some cheap like $5 belt at the spice market. He's still using it now, like years later.
Oh wow.
The other day, Jimmy's like, "Yeah, I still have that belt. It works great."
Nice.
Oh wow.
I was like, "You're generic, probably made in China, but it must have been like the good stuff, like belt you've been rocking. You bought like in Tajikistan like 4 years ago."
The good Chinese stuff goes there.
This reminded me, I wanted to ask. I can't remember, because I know you told me at one point. The lapis, which of the stands did that one come from?
Afghanistan.
It was from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, and also some in Pakistan too.
Cool.
Yeah, the lapis lazuli. It comes out of the I think it's the Hindu Kush mountains. Does that sound right to you?
I guess so.
Okay.
We're relying on you for this.
I just know that used to be a very plentiful pigment.
The blue.
The blue.
do
Everyone
quite
loves
like
to use
it.
it for their blue.
Yeah.
Did you know that's toxic? If it dissolves in water, that one in Malacca and a few others,
So
they're
I
toxic.
shouldn't have been using that as a drink mixer.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Was I allowed to say that?
No. The FCC desperately cares about podcasts, and your
I
phone.
already
can't
told
remember if I
Apple we're not
can.
explicit. They haven't called me out on it yet.
I can't remember if I'm allowed to say bad words or not.
It's a podcast. You can say whatever you want.
We're gonna get nuked.
I know, but to truthfully answer your question, because it is not broadcast, it is only up to maybe whoever, like Apple. Apple is still going to do explicit podcasts, but there may be certain countries that won't show up in.
Okay. Because I know Spotify will mark goes by episode typically.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't bother
sure.
adjusting it in Apple for each episode. I could, I guess. I just don't.
I don't remember if I swore in an episode or not, and I know it happens enough that
I just assume we pretty much always do.
It happens.
yeah.
Most
I
of the podcasts I listen to, they just have the E on there permanently. It's like in like their logo, and they're just like, yeah, we just own it.
It's just part of it. For the experience.
Rolling for another stand.
Oh, that's a 0. That doesn't work.
Nope. There's no zeros.
There's no 0s or 10s.
No, there's not. The other one landed on an
I'm
angle.
sorry, we didn't have 7-sided die.
7-4. We're getting a lot of Turkmenistan.
Ooh! Okay, Turkmenistan. Ashgabat is the capital. Sometimes called the City of Marble because they have all the buildings are white marble.
Is it
No, wait a sec.
slippery?
I'm losing it. Which
Yes.
one? Which was the one that had the COVID test?
That was also Turkmenistan.
Okay, cool. I was getting it mixed. It was okay, folks. Get your $25 out. All right.
So, I'm not here to talk about the marble this time, although, yes, all the buildings are bright white marble because whatever.
I think they covered that in that.
Soviet fancy infrastructure. That's literally all it is. They want to look fancy.
Maybe they're just
But
breaking.
Show
all
off.
of this was post-Soviet.
Yeah, because the Soviets
what
had
it's
what was it?
This
Oh
is all the
shoot!
dictator, and then I was the dictator's son.
They're recovering
Okay,
from
well,
the
close
brutalist.
enough.
Crazy dictator.
Yeah, they're recovering from the brutalist architecture of the Soviets. So it's like we're just going to go
The place is
white.
immaculately clean. I come out of the hotel in the morning, and there are people wiping down the dust off of the railings.
That's insane.
And there is dust because, like I say, the border with Iran is like 5-6 miles away. It's right there. Like you can see Iran from the hotel. Like, hey, look, that's Iran. So it's in a dusty part of not a severely desert dusty part of the world. It's like a arid mountainous sort of. So it's a little dusty. I remember riding around in vehicles like Land Cruisers and going around like roundabouts, even at like 5-10 miles an hour, like normal, like slow speeds. The streets are so clean, it's your tires squealed like you were going around too fast.
Squeaky clean.
Do they like somebody
Squeaky
like
streets.
polishing the streets at night or something?
I think they were. The streets were squeaky.
This is why I asked if it was slippery. Like if it were to rain.
It's got to be terrible if it rains. It had to have been because everywhere I saw there was like marble you walked on. I was like, this has got to. We were there and
Oh
then it
my gosh,
rained.
imagine falling and smacking your head on that. Oh shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
More dice. 7-5. We're back to Turkmenistan. I don't think we ever left.
We don't need our $25 this time.
This is a shorter one this time. This is just about the exchange rate. So there's an exchange rate of the Turkmenistan manat, I think it is, and there's an official exchange rate. It's like 350 manat to $1, or something to that effect. And then you're looking at the price of something in the hotel, like at the menu. And you're doing the exchange rate in your head going, this hamburger is going to cost me $45.
Oh my God.
This is crazy. And then you're like, well, this is the only place to eat. I'm stuck here. Okay, I'll pay. And then you go to pay, and they're like, well, if you pay cash, it's actually going to be this. There's an unofficial exchange rate that is like 20 manat to $1 instead of like 3 manat to $1.
What?
And everybody uses the unofficial. To the
Oh,
point
wow.
that in the hotel, they're like, oh no, if you don't have cash right now, just run a tab and then pay later. Don't put it on your room. Don't pay the official rate.
Okay, that's kind of cool though.
Wow.
Does that mean the money's just sort of disappearing at that point?
I'm not really sure how
They
this
don't
works. That
ask
like
questions.
there's an official rate that nobody actually uses, including like the embassy.
Wow. We don't ask questions because it's Turkmenistan.
Exactly.
We will make you disappear.
Which may tie into like other things that they've done there, where they just declared the population of the city to be something.
Oh no. The population of this
Cool,
city
remember
is
that.
5 million.
That's for another
Because
story.
there's like 2 people that are just like, hello.
That's for story number 8 if we get there.
Oh no. I think we're about 42 minutes in. I'd say maybe a couple more.
Yeah,
and then
depending
we'll-
if they're long or short ones, how they land.
Yeah, and then we can plan on another episode of Rolling for the Stands.
They got a lot more stories.
We could do a few more episodes then. I'm excited about this.
2. The Soviet chairlift.
Oh yes, this is a story from Merlin.
Oh God.
Okay, so because these are being pulled kind of randomly a little bit, when we were in Bishkek, we went to the
Hey,
mountains.
what country is this?
I'll get to. I will get there. It's in Uzbekistan.
Okay, well, we didn't announce it
Sorry.
before starting.
Sorry. This story is in Uzbekistan.
Thank you.
The reason for the story being in Uzbekistan is because the previous story chronologically, not the one you're hearing right now, was in Kyrgyzstan where we went to the mountains. That's another story you'll get later, maybe, depending how the dice roll goes.
We're just going to torment you
We're
with this,
really
with this,
liking.
folks.
So we're in Uzbekistan. We're in Bishkek. We're not Bishkek. We're in Tashkent in Uzbekistan. Tashkent is not really near any mountains. This is a mountains a couple hours away though.
Mm-hmm.
So we inquire at the hotel and at the embassy, and we learn, there's a mountainous area. There's this is summertime, so people go up there and just go walk around. But in the wintertime, it's ski resorts and such,
Okay.
including helicopter skiing.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So there's like a lodge and like a helicopter landing pad, and then there's just like mountains over there.
Wow.
And like, so there's not a ski lift or nothing to that. They just fly him over to that mountain. Okay.
Wow.
These are places I've never associated with skiing before. This is really interesting.
Yeah. Well, say when we get to the story we haven't had, the other mountains are incredible. So this place, there's a chairlift that dates to like Soviet times.
That's not good.
I think it's the one I sent you pictures of the other day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It literally is like, it's a chairlift, ski lifting up the mountain, and it is literally from Soviet era. It's just 2 steel chairs, like side by side on the cable. The safety bar is
It sounds really questionable.
yeah. Well, it's basically like a steel rod. You just you stand, you walk up and you stand there and the chair comes around. You sit back in the chair and off you go. And if you want to, you can take the steel rod and put it over your lap and hook it on the other side, or not, I guess.
That's sort of normal chairlift, though, because nowadays we just have the one that we pull down.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. For somebody like me who has issues with heights, I have no clue why I'm totally comfortable on a chairlift.
That's
Although
what they are, scare lifts.
that popped out because last year there were some kids talking on the lift, on the seat behind me on the lift. And I turned around just because the conversation was funny. And I was like, oh, the valley's gorgeous with all the lights because it was at night. And then that was when the height kicked in. Because I looked down the mountain and I was like, oh, Lord, yeah, I am never looking behind me on a chairlift again. Because that was a sudden realization of, wow, this is, no.
So this thing is way up in the air, and it's all the creakiness you expect from a chairlift, but then also make it 40 years old and questionable maintenance.
And built by the Soviets, which, oh, no. No.
So we ride to the top, and it's not really the top. It's like most of the way to the top is where this thing stops at, and it's like, okay, neat. And it's like a little area, and there's like a little snack bar, and there's some statue of a horse that people sit on and get their photo taken on it. And
Love a good horse statue.
This is a horse that we flew to the top of the mountain, and it died here because we could not get it back on helicopter.
it's Jimmy and I are looking around. We're like, all right, so yeah, all right. That was 5 minutes. We've seen everything here. It's like, so what do you want to do? They're round trip tickets. They're like $1.50 or whatever. We can ride the chairlift back down. Jimmy likes to hike, and I like to hike. And so we look around. There's a fenced area, and there's a gate, and we can see kind of a trail going down the hill. So we ask the guys, we're like, can we go? Yeah, sure. You can go that way. All right, cool. So we walked out and we hiked down the hill.
Oh, wow.
Well, hiked, sort of. Ever ski on gravel?
Oh, no,
Without
sorry,
skis?
I shouted. Oh, no. No, I've done that.
We just sort of surfed down this thing for portions of it.
Oh, God.
Going, wee, kind of sliding down like a scree slope going, hope it's going to stop and not get steeper. Oh, look, it's steeper over there. I'm going to try to go to this direction instead.
Oh, no.
Hike, in quote marks.
Yeah.
Hike / slide / death slide. Oh, Lord.
And so, this area had a bunch of stuff. There's, people were doing four-wheeler rides. They would rent four-wheelers, and there was tours up the road and around another way, and there's other things. But just, the actual, old, rickety old chairlift, that was, there wasn't a lot. That wasn't a big destination thing, and that's the thing that we went and did.
It was just, people were just supposed to be amazed it was still functioning.
Were
Did
you
the-
amazed by it?
Yes, we were.
Were there any, signs like 0 deaths in this many days or anything like that?
Not that I could read.
One just,
It might have been.
detaches from the cable or something. Ah! Well, we were at 47 minutes. Maybe do one more? Because
Yeah.
Cody would be ecstatic.
Yeah, we can do one more. I need to mark that one off. I did. Okay.
Give me 1 second. Stop giving me numbers that I don't have and edges.
You cannot have that number.
The suspense is killing me.
It's killing me,
1,
too.
8.
Ooh, have we had a 1 at
We
all?
have not had a one. One is Afghanistan.
Our favorite place. Is it? I'm not sure.
So I worked in Afghanistan for 2 years. Of those 2 years, about a year and a half of that, I worked at a very small base that was on the north side of Kandahar. That was a special forces compound that they had taken over the compound from Mullah Omar.
Is he one of the warlords?
Yes, he was one of the people that was he was one. Basically, his compound was funded by the same people who funded 9/11.
Nice. Not.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, this
wow.
is one of this. He was one of the people running the Taliban.
Wow.
And so we had this great big compound that had rooms all over the place, and there was actually a mosque on the compound. It was just a great big diamond-shaped compound that was about a kilometer north of the actual edge of the city road. and wandering around in there, and then there's the ancient, no longer used power lines coming from the city to like a little substation, like a transformer on a platform, and then into like a power room that had been for the compound from the city from Kandahar, and it's all disconnected and off. And we're roaming around in there, and I have the fuse at home in the basement. The fuse was made in East Germany.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it has like the DDR triangle like logo on it.
Oh jeez.
Dude. How'd you get away with taking that home? How did that work?
I just put it in my bag and just flew home with it.
I don't think anybody's
Just
paying
picked it up.
attention.
Yep.
Oh, you have a fuse? No, we really don't care.
It's like a big old electrical fuse, like the size of a brick. It's like a big one.
This is why I question these things.
And then, so for several months, I lived in a tiled room. The roof was capped off on it, so I never tried fronting it. But I was in like a nice tiled room with like a fireplace.
Oh, cool.
I had Christmas card photos from there.
Nice.
Was this like a palace, basically?
For Afghanistan, it was a palace. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
It was essentially single story, and it's kind of more sort of sprawling, but
Okay. Yeah, that fits more compound picture in my eye then. Well, I think we've got a bunch more.
oh, there's a lot more. We probably did a quarter of them, so
Okay.
quarter to a third of them.
So we've gone and we've marked them off, and we're like 51 minutes in. And so, how many did we do this episode?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fun. Listen to Matt count.
Yeah, it's good because I don't know how to count.
9, I believe.
Cool.
My favorite
9.
number.
Why?
My birthday is the 9th of the 9th month.
Oh, okay.
I'm just part of why I've liked it. The number 9, it just works.
There we go. All right. So, thank you for listening. I think we've heard somebody fall off their treadmill at this point. Thank you for doing so. And we will be revisiting with...
Have you ever gotten a burn from falling on a treadmill, my dear?
No, I
It
haven't.
sucks.
I figured they fell off of it. I was more just figuring they like went off the side or something.
There's rails on the side for that.
Well, what about home ones? They don't always have rails.
Typically they do.
What's that music video? Those ones didn't have any rails, right?
Which music video?
Great. Now I can forget what music video
Death by Stair Treadmill?
No, like the whole music video is like they're like on treadmills, like going from one treadmill to the other and stuff.
Oh, is that an OK Go music video?
Probably.
It sounds like something OK Go
If
would
you
do.
know what video that is, send a link to it. Send a link to it, whatever, to us, either on our Instagram. And by the time I'm done talking, we'll actually know where it is because they're playing with their phones.
This is not playing, this is research.
this
I'm
is-
fact checking
Exactly.
myself.
Okay, corrected. They're doing
Oh, I
research.
thought
The
it's
phones
definitely
are
heard
out.
me. Oh, here it goes again. That tracks.
Here it goes. By who?
OK Go.
It's okay, go. Yeah.
Okay,
OK
cool.
Go. Here it goes
I'll
again.
have to watch this because I don't think I've
It's a
seen
good
it.
song.
So, once again, thank you for listening. There will be at least a couple more episodes of Rolling for the Stands. And,
I like that title.
yeah, I think
was fun.
it's
Much better.
Rolling
it's a much
for
better
the
title than I had. I just had stand stories. So rolling for the stands is way better.
Well, I was thinking for a little bit of like, let's go to the stands. Let's visit the stands. And then I was like, well, we're rolling dice, so rolling for the stands.
It gives my hand something to do. I appreciate that.
There we go. So, you're all absolutely wonderful. Thank you for spending your time with us. I know you have absolutely amazing options like watching grass grow,
Paint dry.
watching paint dry, contemplating your navel lint.
You can read about watching paint dry on my Substack, actually.
Yes, actually, Matt did
Matt, I adore you.
Matt did a post on that. And tune in next time for...
Out of here.
We do not have our studio audience of one tied up in any way, shape, or form. They are
She's
free to
fine.
leave
We fed her
screaming
pizza earlier.
whenever they want. So, okay, thank you for listening. Good night from Merlin.
T.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, we're saying goodnight, not our names.
Oh.
Take care, all.
Good night!
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think it's got me. I need to just remove... Does this thing come off easily? Because it does not help anybody.
What is it?
pop filter
pop filter.
for your plosives.
So basically, if like you start playing pop music, it stops you because nobody needs that in their lives, except for Tim Hortons, because they decided to have Bieber bits for a couple of years, which I protested by not buying, partially because they weren't in my country. But that's beside the point. What do I do with this
Tasha,
thing?
you have the dice, I guess.
Yes, I do. They're in my pocket.
Okay, we're on our test recording right now.
I know.
Okay, good.
Are we testing right now? Oh, we are testing right
Yeah,
now.
we are testing right now. It's actually on.
Oh,
Nicole's microphone is
it's
nowhere
not
near
Memorex,
Nicole.
It's live. I wasn't paying attention.
Drag it over there.
Live in studio audience who mostly nods and waves.
Yes, but occasionally says something really funny as heck, so they've been microphoned.
I've been microphoned.
Do you want to know? Do we give Matt the honor of dice, or do we pass the dice around?
I think you pass the dice around.
I think the
And
problem
it's
is
just-
that dice are going
I'm
to
no
get
trained
lost on
monkey.
the
I just
floor.
read whatever story comes up.
How do we like do this and not like lose the dice? Do we just like here hat?
Ooh,
Dice in a hat.
okay.
That'll work.
Pop, 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 pop.
There's not a jingling noise, and that makes me upset.
I got a 4 and a 6, and a really upset spider running all around.
Oh no!
We need a jingling. Wait, we need a.
We need a jingling
need-
noise.
I wanted the noise of the dice together. Maybe we can roll in hands into the hat.
Oh wait, there's a glass down there.
What's in the glass?
I don't need like
Trash.
jingly in that way. I'm just like the
Remnants of a
dice
cookie.
clacking
There are like
each
cookies
other.
stuck to it.
They're just cookies, not really stuck. Well, one's kind of stuck.
I can like rattle them in the glass. I have a feeling that might be a noise that would annoy John though.
So that's why I want to test it now. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay, glass.
But I don't want the glass.
Oh, you
I
don't
don't
want the
need
glass. Okay.
I have an idea. Just. Ooh.
Ideas are being had.
Also, what color? So we've got a green and a purple. Which color's country? Which color's story?
Purple.
4.
Green is the country because of terrain features.
There we
That was
go.
what I was thinking.
There we go.
I also believe the peanut butter should be located in the aisle next to the nuts.
That would make more sense.
Thank you.
Yes.
They
Peanut
got,
butter and jelly are often together, but they're usually with the bread.
But that doesn't make any sense to me because the jelly should be over butterfruits.
Fruit.
I don't like
need
this.
fruit.
Well, they
I had to
It's a
call her. So
preserve.
I had to call her so I could find peanut butter and jelly one time. I could not find it.
it's the preserve. So it
Well, they
doesn't
all-
go with the fresh produce.
Oh no.
Well, I checked the can. It wasn't there either.
Oops. Is
Because
this
it's
going to turn on again?
jarred.
I had a picture on here and I needed
My
it.
store I was in didn't have a specific section for jarred things.
No, the peanut butter and jelly.
But if
are
it did, I would have
together.
looked there. I accept that.
Look at both Martins
All
and
jarred.
Wise. The peanut butter and jelly are together. They're always next to each other, and they are next to the bread
Because what are you?
Well, why is the
using?
mayonnaise not there?
because that's a condiment that goes in another aisle.
But what makes peanut butter and jelly not condiments?
Peanut butter is a standalone food.
So it should be in the deli section then.
No.
That's for
Don't
meats.
do that.
That's for meats. I'm
Don't.
stopping this. I'm stopping this.